Hello, hello. Who's in the room? Waiting for people to come on, but I'm going to show you some little procedure. What I do to my wet hair and how I keep my curls going. I thought that's how we're going to start first and then keep it building slowly and slowly with all your questions. Hi Srinaja. Hi Thumbly What's that? Hi Chai. Hi Venkat. Hi Ram. Hi Peter. Hello, hello everybody. I'm so happy to see you all live, and today it's all going to be a lot of discussion about hair, just you and me, no guest. I hope that's okay with all of you. So firstly, look at my hair. I just came out of a shower, nice and wet. So for all those people who have curly hair and who also have hair which is very frizzy, the first thing I want you all to do is, you remember mamas and grandmamas used to wrap it with a towel? I had just wrapped my hair with this towel. So I keep it wrapped after I wash my hair for some time because it contains the moisture in the hair very well. But I don't keep it wrapped till it dries. I just keep it wrapped till it is like this. It's still fully wet but not dripping wet, yeah? So that's how I keep it. 2 tips for you all. Don't take the towel and do, like that, what we saw growing up years, and just go this way to your hair to dry your hair. That actually frizzes up your hair. Hair on the outer surface has a lot of cuticles, which are the protein of the hair, which is like a flower petal arranged like this all around your hair. So if you irritate and rub it, all those petals which are supposed to be tightly closed like a bud opens up like this. And all the open cuticles does 2 things. 1, it makes the hair look very rough. The shine of the hair is not there because the light is not now reflecting from the hair really nicely. 2, it makes the hair brittle. 3, it makes the hair very frizzy because right now you opened up the petals, so the hair absorbs water too quickly. So it makes it very frizzy. It swells up, becomes frizzy and brittle. So that's something that you don't want to do. And a swollen up hair, like I say, is also not shiny. It doesn't look glossy. So you just contain it like this. Don't do that to your hair with a towel. Just press it to squeeze out the extra hair. Can I also have that fan off? Yeah. Squeeze out the extra. Then what I really love doing is taking a drop of any oil that I may like. Yeah. So it could be the one in my hand right now is Argan and Moroccan oil from something called as OGX. I also have used something called as Vella. Sorry, what's that? Have an oily scalp? Yes, we shall do that. And I take a drop of any of the curl holding gels. What I really like is something called as WEN. It's an American brand, and I just pick it up. And I just take literally 1 blob of it. Look at my hand. This is just 1 blob of it. And then I mix it with the oil. And then I actually toss my hair the other way. And then I go and just do this and scrunch my hair with this. That's all is what I do. So don't forget scrunching the top part also. So I just end up scrunching. So I just have this. I take it and just scrunch my hair with this. Today you will see by the time 30 minutes is over, hair will look beautiful because it will start drying then. So I just end up crunching the whole hair, scrunching it up with just the product in my hand. And if you saw, I took very little product. Because if you take too much product again, the hair will after some time look too oily and sits, kind of does not look nice. So I just like to scrunch it up, and that's it. I'm done with what I want to do to my hair. It is nicely scrunched up. So that's all is what I'm doing. Alright, so now we will get to, and then I let it air dry. It just dries. I don't like to dry it with a diffuser. I just like it air dry. And the curls will slowly kind of get tighter as it starts drying again. Yes, I love you all too. Solutions for hair fall. So we'll take now products, solutions one by one. Some of the questions that I really got, one was of course frizzy hair. And what do you do with frizzy hair? As I said, don't let it kind of dry out, especially in a place like Bombay, which is very humid. Don't just come out and let it dry out. Wrap it in a towel for some time so the hair slowly absorbs water. So the frizziness is not much. And on a damp hair, use a little bit of leave-on conditioner and a leave-on oil. That'll kind of curb down your frizziness. And don't dry your hair too much with blow dryers and stuff like that, so that you're not damaging the cuticles itself. So that really helps. Certain supplements will also help frizzy hair. You could end up taking supplements like rich in omega oils, rich in essential fatty oils. So the Hydrate from our range, the Primrose Plus from our range of RA really works well. For those who don't know, you can follow Soul Skin Corp, and that will have all the information of each of these supplements. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about is hair fall. Very commonly asked question. So by and large, for a man, it's usually male pattern hair fall, which is because of excessive testosterone that has also converted into dihydrotestosterone. All men have testosterone, right? Why does only few men end up having hair fall? Because their follicles are more sensitive to these, those androgen receptors are more sensitive to DHT. So therefore they end up, and how does this sensitization differ from people to people? Because it's completely genetic. So if your dad, your uncles, your mother's brothers, all of these have ended up having a bald head or hair loss pretty soon in their life, big chance that you might have it too. And so that's one part of male pattern hair loss, right? So even women can have male pattern hair loss when there is conditions such as PCOS, conditions such as pre-diabetic syndrome, insulin resistance. All of this also causes male pattern hair loss in female, because what happens is that, so how does it all start is because there is visceral fat, what we call fat around your liver especially, is very dangerous. That kind of plays with the hormone leptin. Then it plays with hormones of your sugar control, your insulin, your luteinizing hormone, what we call it LH, both in men and women. And that then triggers the male hormone to cause all the hair loss that happens. The other common factor of hair loss is stress. So what all can happen when you stress out? There are 3 conditions that can happen. One we call as trichotillomania. Yeah, it's a nice long term, trichotillomania. But what happens in that condition is people who are very stressed. Like if you see most people, when we were doing exams, you kept playing with your hair in the front, right? You kept doing something. So just doing that and pulling one by one is what's called as trichotillomania. People end up playing with it and pulling it. So mostly happens with people who are super stressed or might have a little bit of a hormonal imbalance. So mentally, which kind of makes them moody, stressed out, edgy. So for those people. So be very careful if you keep thinking or seeing or noticing that your hand is going towards your hair. Stop yourself. That's the one. Second condition is called as alopecia areata. A lot of you have faced this, which is like a patch which nicely becomes super bald, right? A clean, well circumscribed, defined patch which hair has disappeared. So that's called as alopecia areata because it sticks to an area. Of course, it can then become the whole head. There is totalis. These are conditions where it becomes whole head. It can also take away the brow hair, body hair, all of that. But let's not go there. So alopecia areata is a condition also triggered by stress. So you need to be careful about that. And then the third condition is what we call as telogen effluvium. So that in that condition, your hair starts to become very thin. You must have seen lot of hair loss happens suddenly when you have a shower, or you end up seeing your help at home saying, everywhere, your hair is everywhere, Didi. Then you know that, oh my God, something is happening. And that's usually stress related. Your hair goes through phases, right? So there is a growth phase, there is a resting phase, there is a falling phase. Now what happens when you get stressed is the growth phase is cut short and quickly turned towards the resting phase and then the falling phase. So therefore you see a lot of hair going into telogen and falling off. That's all is what it means. So now I've told you why hair can fall. One was hormonal, the other is stress, third is nutrition. So a whole load of us are nutrition depleted, but we all don't know. So those micronutrients you will never know till something really, really goes wrong. We think we are eating great food, healthy food, but there's a lot that can go wrong. A lot of people on protein high diet tend to forget the carbs, the fats, or the ones on keto. You are having high protein, high fat, but completely carbs you forget. Carbs are usually very rich in the B complexes, very rich in a whole load of vitamins and nutrients, iron, the copper, many of these things, which ultimately you don't get it because you're playing with your diet. It's not a balanced diet. So those deficiencies can also cause hair fall. So it's important for you to have a balanced nutrition when it is because of nutrition. choose yourself a set of supplements which could be something with iron, with copper, with essential fatty acids, like I said, entire B complex family, amino acids to repair it. So from our range, I love Anagen, I love Essential, and I love maybe Primrose for the ones with hormone imbalance. So these are the nutrition imbalance ones. Then the hormonal imbalance ones, you have to go to your doctor to set the hormone imbalance right. It could even be thyroid. The first sign of thyroid going wrong could be excessive hair fall, dry skin. So you must be aware it could even be that. So for the ones with hormonal imbalance, you have to visit your doctor first, get your blood work, see what the hormone that's going wrong, and get that into place. And then the last ones are the ones, like I said, stress, which we all have. All of us have stress in our life. So how do we deal with it? Yoga. So do your meditation, do your breathing, do your running, whatever it takes for you to get that stress out of your system. Meanwhile, fix things what is stressing you. And then don't stress over hair fall also, because that in fact again makes the hair fall even more. So don't stress about that. Hair fall happening due to stress is totally recoverable. Once the stress situation is gone, once you've taken care of it, and then the hair grows back. The follicles are not dead, so don't get really worried. It will come back. Yeah. So these are your remedies for hair fall. Then the other question that we got is grey hair. I am fully, totally grey and at the mercy of my hair coloring expert that I just color my hair. That's all is what I do. Yeah. Can I have that hair back? So that's all is what we end up doing. How do you prevent graying? There's not much of data on how you can prevent it. But there are a few studies in animal models which say you can prevent. There's one which even says you can reverse, but don't kind of get too excited. It doesn't really happen in human hair. You can look for ingredients like copper in your supplement, which is very important. When I say copper, please make sure there are copper oxide, copper, I think maleate, which is all very cheaply available, and mostly in most of the supplements which are not really from good companies, they don't absorb at all. The bioavailability of it is zero almost. So you need to look for copper sulfide, copper maleate maybe, not maleate, copper sulfate, which is really, really good. So that's something we also have in our essential. So that's good. Then you need to have your dose of iron, B5, B3, B6, B12. So a whole load of B family is really, really good for you to have, even for graying hair. So these are the things that you can really look in your diet and your nutrition, but don't expect it to reverse. And the third question that I've been asked, I think by now I'm on the fifth or sixth question, which I've been asked very often is dandruff. So the ones with chronic dandruff is not a disease, so don't look for curing dandruff. It's your own yeast, it's your own commensal, as means a friendly germ on your skin and scalp, which goes excess when your hormone variation, or there is a mood disturbance, or there is some external irritants. It can kind of go into an overdrive, and that's what you end up seeing as dandruff. So that can be kept under control with antifungal applications, or if it is severe, you might even need tablets, which has to be given by your doctor. And then, of course, when you apply the anti-dandruff shampoo, most of you just wash it off like the regular shampoo. It doesn't work like that. You need to apply the shampoos, do that to your scalp, leave it there for some time for the medicine in that shampoo to actually work for you. And that's when it works. Leave it for 5 minutes. And then you can apply conditioner in that time for your hair. Leave them both for 5 minutes and then rinse it out. So these are the things. Now I'm going to start taking questions. Hi doc, please suggest some remedy for hair thinning. We already did. So the first thing you should do is stop stressing out. Make sure you're eating a wholesome meal. Make sure your hormones are in the right place. And also make sure you have your right supplements. And look at your hair care habits. Like, are you straightening it too often? Are you wearing a tight hair clip? These are the things that you can probably look at and look at your hair care habits to be better. What are the other questions? I can't see the questions scrolling up. Did I do anything wrong? Okay, something got stuck there. Sorry. Okay, now I can see the questions rolling. I have DM'd you a query. Yes, I shall answer it. I answer all the DMs. Sometimes I may not answer at the same time, but every DM is answered, and I take a look at it myself personally most of the times. Yeah. So keep them going. I love them. How to improve your hairline. If the hairline is going back, then it could be a hormonal issue, something for you to take a look at. Hair styling issue, maybe you're tying your hair too tightly. Look at that. Then application of a few hair peptides might really help you. Shampoo. Okay, my current favorite is OGX. No financial affiliation towards it, so no. It's just simply a current favorite. I quite like their range. Solution for male pattern balding. We discussed that. One, of course, it's difficult. There is nothing over the counter I can give you except minoxidil. I'm sure most of you have used it. So that you can end up using. But otherwise, you may have to take a couple of pills which really correct it. Over the counter, you can end up using probably Anagen from our range. That will really help. Also use Defense, which cuts down the inflammation along the hair follicle, which is very, very important. Gray hair, we already discussed, sweetie. Nothing much to reverse it. However, you can look at nutritional supplements like copper, iron, pantothenic acid, which is B5. So those might really help. Hair dye, hair color is fine. You can use it unless you're allergic to any particular dye. How to prevent dryness of hair. We discussed that. Oiling is a great thing, but then when you oil, please make sure most of you end up using excessive shampoo to remove the oil off, which is not a nice thing. So what my mom always used to tell me is, because I used to have a volume of hair, which is like 1/10 right now, to be honest. So I used to use a lot of shampoo. So, and then it come out with frizzed out hair. So you take a little water in your mug, squeeze the shampoo in it very little, and literally lather it up. That will be easy to spread if you have a big volume or a length of hair. So you don't use excess shampoo, which kind of strips your hair off. So that's one tip to keep it oily. And then post bath on a wet hair, use a little oil. So that will really help hold back the moisture, and so the hair becomes less dry. Okay, during workout always just tie your hair up. That's the best thing. And post workout, please shampoo your hair. It's not just for the hair, it's the scalp that has to remain clean. So especially the ones who are prone to dandruff, please wash your scalp immediately after workout. How to maintain hair texture, just now said. Does working on night shift cause heavy hair fall? No. Yes and no. If you can get your sleep really well in the morning, maybe not. But I keep talking to you all about circadian rhythm, right? So you are disrupting your circadian rhythm when you're sleeping in the morning and working at night. So yes, and that's stressful as well. How much ever you think you're used to it, it is stressful. So it can cause. Hair care for oily scalp, you can use shampoos with ketoconazole, salicylic acid, that really helps. Garme, you can end up using lemon and curd, that really helps the oily scalp. Acne, we shall deal in another live, which is for skin. Today, let's talk about hair. Biotin help, oh yes, it does help. Biotin helps. Hair supplements with hair vitamins, which are whole load of B complexes. Biotin is one of them. Whole load of B complexes. Your vitamin E, your vitamin C, your iron, your copper, peptides, all of them really help. Vitamin A, proteins, all of these help your hair. So yeah, super, super important. Hair fall because of thyroid, yes, can happen. Please fix your thyroid first, most important. Thyroid hair can also become dry, so use all the tips that I told you about hair care just now. Conditioner must, yes, conditioner is a must because it just kind of holds back the moisture to your hair. So conditioner is a must, please indulge. I've been having heavy hair fall no matter what I do. Any treatment for dry frizzy, we finished. Increase B3, B12 by having the supplements. So if your D is really low, you must have a weekly supplement. If it's not too low, then you take it with your calcium. There's usually a little bit of D there, which is daily requirement. That should be really okay. Keratin smoothing cause hair fall? Yes, it does. Too much dandruff? No, that question went away. Hard water? Oh, yes. Hard water will cause hair fall, scalp issues, all of that. So please fix a water softener, which is the easiest thing to do. How to prevent hair fall? We did speak. Good nutrition, good supplements, good hair habits. Is oiling really needed? Yes and no. You could use oil, which is important because it kind of, like I said, calms and hydrates your hair, keeps the cuticles calm down and closed up so the hair damage doesn't happen inside. What you need to do when you apply oil is make sure you don't kill yourself, take the oil away. So that's something that you need to shampoo very carefully. Oil before hair wash also I love. Oil after hair wash also I love. Dry and brittle frizzy hair, we dealt with it. Biotin tablet. 5 mg is more than enough. If you have severe deficiency, 10 mg will do. Our tablets have 5 mg in them. Sweat a lot, then you need to wash your scalp. I understand that can be irritated. Itchy scalp with oily hair, yes, that could be a form of dandruff, so you may also need an oral antifungal. Mild shampoo for teenagers. Honestly, all the shampoos today are pretty good, so you don't have to really worry. Hot water, yes, you can, but not piping hot water. A lot of us like really hot water. Please don't do that. That can damage your scalp, hair, all of that. Can we use finasteride lotion, minoxidil? Oh, yes, you can. Because there's also, like I said, surface receptors, which also, even in the surface, we have enzymes, and at the receptor, DHT is taken up, and also testosterone is converted into DHT. So your finasteride in your minoxidil will cut that. Really helps. Should we wash every day? You can. Post-workout, you can wash every day. Absolutely okay. But you don't have to shampoo your whole entire hair length. What's important post-workout is your scalp. Because it's sweating, its sebum production increases. And then if you already have dandruff, it messes the whole place. So it's important to wash your scalp, I say. But you don't have to run the shampoo through your hair at all if you don't need. Wooden comb better than plastic one? Sure, it causes less static energy. Why not? You could do that. Tips to reduce split ends. Make sure your diet is good. That's the only way. Diet rich in essential fatty acids, diet rich in protein. So any deficiency in these two can increase your split ends. Once they occur, you can do nothing. You just cut it off. How to deal with scalp psoriasis. So you will need, depending on how bad it is, you might need an acidic cream which can ease the flakes which are stuck, the dead skin which are stuck. You could then use a combination of a steroid under your doctor's prescription. We also use calcium channel blockers like calcipotriol, which is again a combination of creams. So between these two, your doctor will choose a combination and give it to you. It really works well, and take care and help yourself, because otherwise you might start losing hair also along the hairline. Anti-dandruff shampoo can be used every day. It can, not too harsh, but you shouldn't be needing it every day. So you need to talk to your doctor to see. Maybe you need a live-on lotion. Maybe you need a tablet. I love those colorful hearts. I keep getting them going. And then I'm getting tired, guys. I'm non-stop taking questions. Can homemade what? Shikakai be used? Oh yes, why not? I am from Bangalore, a Kannada girl. Shikakai is big time used there. Of course you can use them. Now don't ask me the scientific background, but I remember someone telling me, a friendly neighbor auntie telling me that it also prevents graying. So yeah, there's a tip there. Shikakai I'm talking about. Avla also helps. And I remember my mom telling me Avla, hibiscus, and I think bay leaves, I'm not too sure. So they used to, and also, they used to get these 7 petaled or rounds of petals in a particular jasmine flower. They used to put all of this together, smash it, make it into a paste, and use it as a hair mask. They would also boil coconut oil or heat coconut oil with all of these: hibiscus, jasmine, bay leaves, and methi seeds, all of them together. Good for hair, texture, scalp, graying, everything. So do that. Another favorite recipe from my mama's kitchen. If mama is watching there, thank you mama, love you, and I miss you more than ever now, is a paste she used to make. She used to soak methi, which is I think fenugreek, right? Methi overnight. She used to grind it, make it into a paste with coconut milk. So just these two as a pack works wonders for your scalp and your hair. Simply coconut milk will also work wonders for your hair texture. So these are things you can end up using. Save this video, we will try and do that. And how much is normal hair fall? 50 to 100 strands in a day. But what most of us like, for me, I don't comb my hair once my hair dries up, curly hair, right? So today I might not even touch it. Tomorrow I may not wash it, so I might not touch it. So the second or the third day when I wash, if I see hair, don't get alarmed, because it's 50 strands a day. Collectively over 2 days or 3 days, it might become 100, 150 strands. And I see my patients panic. Please don't. That's normal. Anagen supplement, yes, one of our favorites and the top sellers. Fantastic for hair and skin repair. Like, we got feedback from a lot of patients that we gave for hair fall and hair repair that their acne improved with Anagen. Their acne scars improved with Anagen. So Anagen has been one of our star products. Ra anagen. Guys, there is another anagen, so don't get confused with it. Another by the same name. It has to be Ra anagen, and you can buy them on Soul Skin Corp. Hello. Does PRP treatment help? Yes, it does. Sent a request to be in your live video. Not today. Today, no guests. It's just me and all of my Insta family. Onion juice, good for hair. It's an irritant to the scalp. I have heard some people say it works. You could try it, but be careful. It's okay not to comb curly hair. Yes, don't comb curly hair. I remember the torture all over my childhood where nicely my mama used to comb my curly hair and then it used to become like a frizzy blob. No, don't. Just let that be. Only time you can really comb it is while it is wet, while the conditioner is on. You can run a wooden comb through it like someone was saying now. Or simply your fingers through it where the conditioner is on. Seborrheic dermatitis, yes, it's a technical name for dandruff or oily scalp. What you can do is use a salicylic acid based shampoo that might really help. And then with your doctor's guidance, certain vitamin A precursor tablets might also help, but that is strictly under doctor's guidance. Well, hey doctor, your online fee is, okay, whatever, that ran away. Hi, what? Any suggestions for shampoo? I did. Right now, my current favorite is OGX. I even like a lot of companies which is popularly available. Most of them are nice. Don't really worry on that. There's something called as a Densita, which we also prescribe at the clinic and dispense, which is really lovely. It helps hair fall. Densita shampoo and conditioner. Hair oil for hair fall. There's no particular hair oil for hair fall. Ayurveda does believe, naturopathy does believe in a lot of particular oils like Bringraj and stuff like that for hair fall. But you could simply use coconut oil, which really helps. Can you remove widow's peak? You can, but why do you want to? You can like any other hair removal. We could shave that off and then run the laser on top and it won't come back again. But isn't it pretty? I like it. Others, what's today's topic? If there are no other medication, can we take Ra manage? Oh yes, you can take it. There are no other medication. If you're hale and hearty, you could choose from it. So choose from the range. Actually, log on to soulskincorp.com on your Instagram. That gives you all the details about it. They also have a website which gives you everything. What about cysteine? There could be hair fall. It's again playing with excess protein suddenly on the hair, playing with your cuticles. They can cause hair breakage and damage as well. Can I use Miraki? What's that? I don't know what's Miraki. How is Kama Ayurveda? Must be good. All these reputed companies come up with good products. Don't get worried when you use them. Oiling for oily scalp is okay, but don't sit and massage the oil. That's what makes it even worse. Hair serum necessary for curly hair? Not really. If you have nice and lovely curls and it just stays throughout like that, it's fine. My curls frizz up sometimes. So I like to put a little bit of a serum and a little bit of a hair post oil like I was showing you. For those people who missed initially, I like to take a blob of oil. This is my current what I have. There's another thing by Vella which is good. There are a lot of these thick oils. So you could take some of them, put a blob of that oil, a drop of the serum for curly hair which holds the hair well. I just do that and just scrunch it up and that's it. 2 minutes, I'm done.
We have some questions from your story also.
Okay, so what are the questions that you want me to address?
I'll keep telling you the answer.
Okay.
Coming from people.
Okay.
Does hypothyroidism make hair dry?
Yes. Hypothyroid does cause hair fall and dry hair. In fact, your first symptom of thyroid, which you may able to kind of catch yourself and go to your doctor, is dry skin and dry hair and hair fall. So please go to your doctor, get your thyroid first. No other thing will help you if you don't fix the primary condition. You need to also take calcium supplements with it because low thyroid also causes difficulty in calcium absorption, and calcium also is very important for hair, D3 calcium and all of that. So it's important for you to make sure the nutrition is set right along with the hormone being set right, and then do the rest of the things that we spoke about, hair care which will hydrate your hair, like hair oil, coconut milk for your hair, hair masks, good shampoo, good conditioner. All of this is what you can do.
Is progenitor better than PRP?
Yes, because the treatment that we do, which is called as progenitor, where we are taking a little bit of scalp tissue, which is skin and the fat underneath it. So adipose tissue has a lot more growth factors than the blood or platelet that we take while we are using PRP. So I usually like to do a progenitor first and then give a little bit of gap and follow it up with a few PRPs just to keep the boost going. And you've seen the before afters on my handle. We get amazing results, amazing results.
Does taking birth control pills affect hair?
Yes, birth control pills do affect hair. It could affect either right or left, meaning to say it could affect in a good way and a bad way depending on what your hormonal status is. So just don't blanket take OC. You make sure you talk to your gynecologist, endocrinologist or dermatologist to see what your hormone status is and what you really want. So we're already half an hour into it. I'm going to take last 3 or 4 questions and call it a day. Please do keep posting your questions. If I have a lot of interesting questions, I may end up doing another live with the same topic, or we can try and keep this live going. The next time we can talk about skin. If you have more suggestions, keep flowing them in. Yeah, so I really got, my throat is getting tired, so I'm going to call it a day. Bye bye. Love you all. Keep your hair beautiful, straight, gray, black, curly, doesn't matter. Keep them hydrated, keep them healthy. Bye bye.